Hello everybody, it's Mark from Tiny4x4 and we're back with another Orlandoo Hunter unboxing video. And this time we have the OH32N02 low loader semi-trailer kit. This trailer is designed to sit behind your Scania R650 tractor unit. You can see it here. And it's quite a big box for an Orlandoo. In fact, if I just demonstrate, it doesn't quite fit on the camera, but it's actually the same size as two ordinary Orlandoo truck boxes side by side. So I had quite a bit of difficulty finding some packaging for this to send them out. But yeah, it is quite a lot of kit, and presumably it's a 40-foot trailer, so in scale that's around 40 centimeters in length. So they needed quite a big box to get the chassis beams into, but we'll soon see when we get inside it. Just in case anyone was curious, I have a Scania box here, and this is my personal kit that I've yet to start, I'm ashamed to say. I'd better get on with it now that the trailer's arrived. It's a really nice kit, that a huge amount of detail in there. Probably the most complex kit they've produced to date, that Scania, and quite a complex build by all accounts. However, that's not for today's video. So I'll just read out a few specs. It's 402mm long, it's 88mm wide, it's 103mm high, there with the ramps in the folded position. The wheelbase is 42 and 42 between each axle. I'm not sure what T is, I assume that must be the track width. Yes, that's track width between the inner tyres. And overall it's a nice looking thing. You may have seen the promotional video, the action on these ramps as they come down is really nice. I was a little bit disappointed that they've done a full-size wheel design. I suppose it gives them some flexibility for the future when I imagine this is the first of many trailers, but I was hoping for something a little bit more along these lines. This is a Marge Models Newt Boom low loader, and you can see it's got the smaller wheels there, and a deck here that ramps up so that you can drive things all the way to the front. That is possibly going to be too heavy to actually tow. It weighs over a kilo on its own, so I'm not sure about that. It may have been a foolish purchase. However, yeah, I think possibly the chassis design underneath this trailer is something that they'll reuse for future trailers, but we'll see. So, not much else to say really. It's a trailer. You can add the D201N remote control light unit that goes with their D4L radio, so that you can light up the rear here. Outside of that, there's not an awful lot to say about it, so we'll get on and get inside the box. So we'll just open this thing up and see what we've got. Always a nice moment, this. There we go. So what have we got in here then? Oh, that really is a big box. So redesigned sticker sheet this time. They've got rid of the green, and we've got some of the stickers with the melting Orlandoo symbol there, and some text stickers as well. Instruction manual, significantly thinner than the tractor unit, I'm glad to say, and we'll have a closer look at that in a bit. I can see some stickers, Everybody loves some stickers. So these look like the hazard stickers to go down the side, possibly some for the back as well. Some etched parts in there. Then we have some U-bolts. Looks like some hydraulic tanks and things. All the parts bags are labelled up nicely, and they go in sequence, so that the bits you need are all together as you come to build the kit. I can see some spring hangers there, I think. Little bag of tools and hardware. Lots of tyres. Wheels are already fitted. I don't know if you can see that. And then wheel hubcap things. Some captured ball joints. Look like shock parts, link parts or something. Here we have the main beams for the trailer sides. Interesting. No metal chassis parts on this one, which is an interesting choice. The truck kits all come with metal chassis rails, and I think really this could possibly have done with it as well. There is a video that they released, or a photo, where they're showing the amount of lateral twist that's in the chassis, which to some extent is realistic, but not to the amount that they were showing. So it's going to be interesting to see how this performs, particularly once it's got a load on it. So that's the trailer deck there. Some parts for the neck, the clear parts for the lights, a couple of what look like rod links, but I'm not sure what they. Perhaps they're for the ramp assembly at the back. Yeah, so fair amount of plastic in here. Just plop it all back in, and we'll have a look at the instructions, and then perhaps open some of these bags. Let's pop these away. Okay, so let's have a look at these instructions. Usual blurb at the front, got the specs there, the tools and equipment that you're going to need, and then a full list out of all the parts. Try and do this for camera. All the different sprues and what should be on them. Part numbers in case you need spares. List of the tools, and then a list of symbols that are used during the assembly and what they mean. So it's all very nicely documented, as we've kind of come to expect with Orlandoo kits. So we start off making the main frame rails, all the cross members going in. Interestingly, it looks like all this is being glued. And then this part looks interesting to me. I don't know if you can see this, but underneath the where the trailer attaches to the truck, we've got a pivot, and then what looks like a release latch, and this piece here with some ball heads on it, and then we've got operational I don't know what you call them, legs for it to stand when it's parked. So there's a spring going in here. It looks quite complex. And then a pivoted piece there. They get bolted on. And then more springs going in here. And then on this side you can see you've got an extending leg that will come out when it's parked. And interestingly, so that's a sprung loaded mechanism. and then they're making up some rod links, and then it looks to me as if the latch that we saw on the flip side of this, on the underside, connects to this sliding part that then connects to those levers that release the legs. So can't quite work it out, but either when you're attaching the trailer the legs will spring up, or when you're detaching the legs will come down, or both. But I'm sure we'll find that out soon enough when someone gets one built. So that's a nice feature. I hadn't expected that, to be honest. I did wonder what they were going to do with the legs, but I assumed it was going to be a manual system. So spring hanger things going on, and then more parts. We're making up axle beams here. Now, unlike the truck, it would appear that we've got a leaf spring arrangement. This looks like it's a plastic part. Again, unlike the trucks where you get metal leaves on the military trucks. Held on to the axle with U-bolts, which is nice, and then attached to the chassis, and then we're making up some links and some shocks here. The links go between here and here by the look of it, and then the shocks go on. So you've got a mix of plastic leaf and internally sprung shock suspension setup. Be interesting to know how long those shocks are. I'll see if I can work that out. Some fake air tanks, outriggers onto the chassis, and then the outer trailer sides. Lots of pieces being glued on there, and then again glue being used to hold the chassis together. Final bits and pieces going on there. Gets flipped over, and the backboard for the trailer goes on, the light assemblies. So at this point they're installing surface mount LEDs, which don't come in the kit, I should add. You may get them in your D4L radio set, or in with an ESC or something like that from Orlandoo, but otherwise they need to be bought separately. The deck goes on, the sidebars, some more LEDs. Look like, where are they going? Oh, they're going on the sides of the trailer. Cap over the mechanism at the front, and then this is the ramps being made up. Etched plates to go on the ramps. Some more bits, some bracketry. Some more bracketry, all made out of folded etched parts again, so that's going to be interesting. Some hinge points on the rear of the trailer, and then they're attaching the foot ramps in the folded position, and then interestingly attaching more stuff to the ramps once they're attached to the trailer. I'm not sure why they've chosen to do it that way around, but maybe that's for the best. And then these damping piston things, I'm not quite sure how they operate. There doesn't appear to be a spring involved. They're using some cord. Okay. Interesting. Yep, I'm none the wiser. I can't explain that one. I'm sure it all will become clear as it gets built. And then the wheels go on the wheel hubs, and then the wheels. Again, like with the trucks, you get your 10 little bolts for each wheel. Quite tedious but very realistic. And that is the end of that trailer built. So it looks like it's going to be a nice build. Interesting to see how some of these things fall out when it comes. Yeah, very good. So let's take a closer look at the contents of some of these bags. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wheels. Tyres already installed. Wheel hubs. And then those hubcap things, whatever you want to call them. So that's that bag, straightforward. That'll come towards the end of the build. Bag D is shocks. They look like 25mm 250 size internally sprung shocks. Oops, some rod ends, some captured ball joints, presumably for mounting the shocks since they're in this bag, and then the internals with the springs. So that's all shock parts in there. Just trying to keep all these things together so that my little brain doesn't get confused in about 2 years' time when I actually get to build this thing. This is bag B. So some little tiny rod ends, some longer rod ends. These are the jack stand things. So you've got, don't know if you can see that, a hollow tube in these parts, the 2 feet that slide up and down inside that. These are the 2 lever type things that release the ratchet. I assume it's on a ratchet. Yeah, they've got a little peg there. Perhaps it's just 2 positions up and down. And then that's the, I think that was the catch part, and that was the sliding part there. And then we've got some little tiny bits of double-sided tape, some compression springs and some extension springs, and the pivot cap head screw thing, some tiny little rod links, they're really small. Some ball head screws and some captured ball heads. Okay. Oh, and this sprue here is the hangers for the suspension. So bag X is the tools and the hardware. I won't dive into that. That's pretty much the same in every kit. This is bag C. Should really have done this in order, shouldn't I? But never mind. So, what do we have here? Some axles. They're different, they're a new part by the look of it. And yet more ball heads and captured ball heads. The U-bolts. Sure, oh, we've got some tiny 2mm bearings, 1mm or perhaps 1.2mm internal diameter, and some larger, I think they're 3mm diameter bearings, internal size, and the U-bolts. These are parts that go on the axles. Yeah, these are axle parts, so each one of these is a complete axle, more or less. Here are the leaf springs, so they are plastic, and the U-bolt plates, and another axle there. So that's all axle parts in there. Should have guessed from bag C, because that's the axle bag in most of the kits, I believe. Bag A. This is a biggie. Outriggers, little tie down hooks, that's nice. I think those were the things that they were gluing in all down the sides. That'll be useful. More outriggers, a few more bullhead screws. There's the chassis rails and the outer rails for the deck. That's the neck part there. Some plastic U-bolt things. I think they went in at the I'm blocking it at the front of the neck here. I seem to remember I saw in the instructions. Not sure what they're quite for, but presumably it follows the real thing. And then bag E. So I assume this is the ramps and the rest of the trailer. Did you see some of the ramps already? Okay, here we go. So these are the bits and pieces for the ramps. I assume that's elasticated, that cord. On the video that they released, there's like a snapping or springing action on the ramps when they unfold. That's weird. It just feels like silicone. It's not stretchy. Some collar screws and a couple of links. Intriguing. Those are the pistons for the shock things. They seem to be coated in oil in there. The clear parts. So we've got the main rear light cluster. I think these are sort of reversing lights and things on the rear of it, and then the side lights. These are the ramp parts, upper and lower side pieces, 2 lots of those, they're the same. And then the main deck. It's very, very flexible, this plastic, which is probably a good thing. It means it's going to be durable. They're the sidebars, rear plate, and some of the bits and pieces. And then finally we've got the stickers. So let's just have a close look at these and we'll wrap this video up. So first of all, the etched parts. So that's the ramp plates, and then these are all the little bracketry type things. These go on the legs. The rest of it all needs folding. You can see you get your fold lines pre-cut into the parts where you need to fold them. And then here are the stickers. So it's the same sticker type as we saw in the X02 trophy truck, where you've got a film over the top of the stickers, so you can cut out your individual sticker. It will release from the backing paper, put it in place, and then pull the film off the top. It's nice. You get very, very fine stickers. You don't get that raised look to the sticker, but it kind of is a one shot. If you don't get it straight first time, good luck trying to unpick it. So you need to be careful when you're applying these, but they are very nice quality. So you've got a choice, I presume, of red and white or black and yellow to go down the sides. Not sure where these little ones go. And then some long vehicle type warning boxes for the rear. So there we go, the Orlandoo OH32N02 low loader trailer. I'm looking forward to this one. It does look like it's going to be fun to build, and I cannot wait to start loading it up with some of my trucks and having some trailer reversing fun. So thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to buy one of these, go to the store at tiny4x4.com. Dear oh dear, tiny4x4.com. We have a few in stock still. More will be on their way soon. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, follow the channel if you like what you saw, if you want more of the same. See you again soon.